This machine did not come out the way I envisioned it in the beginning. Like, at all. This wasn't even supposed to be a full machine. Like, it was supposed to be somewhat of a mini machine with 3 other mini machines. If you watched my live stream a few weeks ago and saw me build in part of a machine, well, that was all for nothing, because you won't get to see that part in any video because I had to scrap it. Everything I was building simply just wasn't working. And so I think for the first time in my history of making machines and dominoes for YouTube, I had to give up and settle for something smaller. So the original plan was for there to be 4 mini machines all set up in the same room at the same time that would do different things for me when I'm watching TV. One would give me the remote, one would give me some soda, one would give me some popcorn, and the other would turn off the light for the night for me because I sleep on the couch. The first one I built was the one for turning off the light, and that became the only machine for the entire video. I was having a lot of problem with the soda pouring trick, and it spilled so many times and the table might have been messed up a little bit by the end of it. So I decided, you know what, I can't do this. I just can't do this. And so had to scrap that machine, and since I'd spent so much time already building the first machine and that machine, I decided there was no point in continuing for 3 or 4 more weeks, especially since I'm working on another big project which takes priority over this one. Who knows, maybe someday I'll do the TV machines again, but not anytime soon. Sorry guys. So after I cleaned up all those mini machines, I looked at my one machine and how small it was, and I thought, yeah, this is pathetic. Like, I cannot just upload this and call it like a full-length machine or something. So after thinking about it for a while, I realized, hey, why not just do a simple monologue before it and make a little bit of a joke and make the machine like relative to real life at least, and maybe even add another mini machine in there. Like the one I built up there was 4 steps, really far away from it to turn off the light, and that's a pain. I really don't want to do that anymore. Wow. I like to get in bed as soon as I feel tired. Then I have to walk really far away to reach the light that turns
the light that turns the light off.
And that's a pain. As a machine builder, you can see I'm pretty lazy most of the time. I honestly think that that mini machine and the short monologue might have made a huge difference in how good the video was. So, not sure how many people noticed, but I think that this machine was slightly different from what I usually build. And that's because I'm trying to sort of change up my style a little bit, okay? You may be asking, hey, Michael, why the heck would you want to change your style? Your style is awesome. Well, the deal is, when I was at the Incredible Science Machine this year, we watched a ton of videos of the Tagarasu Uichi machines. The ones from that Japanese TV show. Not sure if you guys know about it, but whatever. So, those machines honestly impressed me so much, and I loved that style so much. The reasons that the machines were so entertaining for me was not because of how complex they were, not because of how many times an object was used, well, maybe partly because of that, but you get what I mean. It was the way that they made the objects move which made it really entertaining. And so, I'm going to try to change my style up a little bit, so that I no longer am focusing on multi-use elements, complexity, although those are good things. The only tricks that I'll try to build from now on are tricks that simply look good, that move in a nice way. Example, I think my favorite trick of this machine was probably the one with the empty tape roll. Why, may you ask? Because I really, really like it when a block turns the tube the other way and makes it roll another direction. I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I also really like the flipping track trick. I think it's just beautiful, and it worked so consistently. It was amazing. I personally think that the only problem with the tape roll trick is that there was no true way of guaranteeing that it would work. It was the one that failed most during testing. It was the one that failed the most during the actual takes. There were just so many issues. It had to be just perfect, and there was no way you could truly make it perfect. But hey, it was a small machine, so it didn't take too many tries to get the whole machine working. I think that 14 fails isn't exactly that bad. I mean, I'll drink to that. Alright, fun story time. So, at the time when I thought I was building 4 mini machines, I decided to show this machine to a few of my friends on a video call. And when I say friends, I mean some domino and machine builders. Like, you know what I mean, So when I showed it, some of the reactions weren't really what I was hoping for. A couple machine builders thought that it simply wasn't complex enough to be entertaining. And I could see where they're coming from, since they're machine builders, and that's what they strive to do whenever they build a machine, right?
Oh, so close.
Oh,
That was gonna work.
no. Oh, this thing? Oh, come on, Michael, really? No.
It looks really good.
This is so cliche.
It's a piece of cardboard. Like, is there anything supposed to be attached to it?
Ah.
What was said, for example, was that maybe a ball could roll through the tube after it moved twice, or the marble that falls out of the flipping track should roll onto something, or that the board I was using for that Tons trick simply had some other stuff on it. Now, I get where the machine builders are coming from, but all the same, I'm gonna tell you guys now. I am not striving for just multi-use, for just complexity. I'm only striving for what simply looks good to the eye and makes the machine truly unique and entertaining. Like, in the end, people like the machine, so I'm pretty happy with the outcome. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen the main video of the turn the light off for the night machine, then you gotta check it out, okay? The link is down in the description for you. I'm working on something pretty darn big right now. I'm not sure when another video will come onto this channel, but when it does, you're gonna really, really like it. So I guess that's all I have to say. So, Stick Trick Domino Dude is signing out. Peace!
So I was testing out a new technique for the final trick in the machine, and this happened.